people that used to be young children, 15 years old, Magnies from 10 years old, all grew up in that 10 years. And they became beautiful people, you know. Up till today, sometimes when I speak to people and they say, I said, where do I know you from? And they say, oh my God, we used to dance at your club. And this is now big mothers and grandmothers, and they are hajis and professional people, business people, magistrates came from that club, people that were looked down on. They came out beautiful people, and I'm so proud of it. Well, that one lady that's a judge, she won the Miss Casablanca, Miss Le Club competition, and she's a judge now. I've got pictures of her in that drawer there. She became a judge. There's girls that became models, like Sharifa.
Yes.
They became models, beautiful, beautiful girls. If I knew they were going to be so beautiful, I would marry them instead. It was just one day, I just had enough. You know, I think I got a calling to say, like, come, this is enough now. And I just decided to close it right there and then. I had a calling from above, you know, the man above. That was on a Saturday night, and I was just walking up on the mezzanine upstairs looking down, and I thought, no, this is it. The club was on, people were dancing there, you know, and I looked at it and I thought, that's it, that's enough now. And I went to my office, got my stuff, came to the cashier, and I said, cashier. He said, why? I said, we're going home now. And she looked at me and says, are you serious? Yes, we're going home now. And this is like 1 o'clock in the morning now. Yeah. And I said, no, it's done, we're going home. And the next day, which is a Sunday, I came in and they had a rehearsal there for a fashion show. And I walked in the door and Adu was there, Sky was in the DJ box. And I shouted to him, I said, put off the music. And he switched off the music and I said, in actual fact, take everything out. And he looked at it, what's going on now? That was it, club's closed. Without even knowing what's my next move, I didn't plan. I did not plan my next plan B. So I'm standing there and I'm thinking, yeah, what am I going to do now? And then the restaurant popped up in my mind. Now you must remember that that place is black inside. It needs to be painted white. You need to first paint it silver and then white. Otherwise you're going to put on coats and coats of white paint and you're going to paint forever. So anyway, it turned out a beautiful, beautiful restaurant. It was called the Palace Restaurant. I must have had it for about 3 years or something. And then I closed that. And then I opened a shop inside, selling furniture. Big transformation. You know, when you say you have a full life. My mother always said something to me. She always used to say to me, my kind, is nie meer werd om te lewe in die wêreld nie. And I couldn't understand what she was saying. Because I was still full of life. And then I used to always wonder, why is she saying that? Now she's gone today, and I can see why my mother said that. My kind is nie meer worthwhile om te lewe in die wêreld nie. It's like yesterday I went to Bellville, and everything's wild. In the traffic and the people and the goedes, everything is busy, busy, busy. And I want to get home now. I want to come here, home, where it's peaceful. There's no wildness outside here. There's no nothing here, it's peaceful. So I understand what my mother was saying. If I go now to Retreat or to Steenberg or to Athlone, then it's Vula Valla again. And I can't live like that anymore. And you know, we have this virus here now, with the corona. I knew before this, I knew before the virus that something was going to happen. Something was going to happen because I could see from people's behavior. how they behave, and how wild people are getting, and what people are doing, like raping children. And I mean, that's like, people are killing people for fun. The world is ugly, and it's getting worse. Even with the virus, people still don't learn. They still do things like this. What's it going to take? A tornado? Or one of those whirlwinds to destroy, to teach people? I mean, you know what? God sometimes sits and he says to his angels, he says, do you want to see how I bring this country that we are in, or even this Cape Town? Do you want to see how I bring them to their knees now and show you how they will pray to me now? Do you want to see? Do you want to see me do that? It's very quick for him to do that. But people still don't learn, you see. The world is ugly. You know, it's difficult for some people, but it's actually very simple. You know, it's very simple. You see, what I believe God has always been good for me. From small until where I am now. You know? Because why? When you're a human being, you must have a good heart. Your heart is important. Your heart must be pure. Your heart bears no hatred. It bears no jealousy. The heart is the main thing in there. When the heart stops, everything stops. So when your heart is right, everything goes right. You see, you're not jealous. I'm not jealous of you, or because you got a nice car, or you got a nice this, you got a better job. No, I'm not like that. That's not me. I told you when you came here, I must first see to you, see that you have coffee, see that you have da. And I told you this is not like other people's house that you go to. You know? You see? The prophet, he had one of his people said to him, Ya Rasulullah, my wife complains when I bring people home. When I invite people to the house, he complains. The Prophet said to him, now invite me. And he went back home the next day and he said, oh, I've invited the Prophet for supper. And the Prophet came. And then the supper, and she made everything nice because he's the Prophet. So she prepared very well. And the Prophet ate his supper and he left. And he asked the guy the next day, he said, what did your wife say now? He said, no, my wife said that when you, Rasulullah, left, she saw all these creatures walking behind him out of the house. And the Prophet said to him, now you see, that is what happens when you invite guests to your house. They take all the bad karma away from your house when they leave. All the bad, they don't take it with them to their house. They take it away from your house. All the bad, they take away from your house. And we can sit here and talk about being famous, about being this, about being that. But Allah says that no meeting is complete if my name is not mentioned. We mentioned his name. You know what? It's like fly and sky and people that have been associated with me will always be my responsibility. They will always be like family to me. So that is the difference. That is the difference in working for. Maybe to me, it wasn't like a business. You know, I'm not a money person. I don't want to make a lot of money and come and check it. How much do you make now? It wasn't like that. It was more home for us. We were more like family. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have somebody like one of the other club owners maybe, You were with them, but they are gone. They are gone now. Maybe they're not dead, but they've got nothing to do with you anymore. You understand what I'm saying? But I will always have something to do with them. I will even scale them now as big as they are there. In other words, they're like my children, or like they're like my brothers. He knows that we sit fuss a lot of times when I try to tell him this, that. You know, he will tell me this, that. You know? So I've got a very simple question. I say, show me what you have gained for all this time now. What you've lost and what you've gained. What are you worth today? You understand what I'm saying? Show me what you have achieved and what you've lost. If you can show me that, then it's cool. You say to me, that time I was worth X. I'm worth now that. See, then you have achieved. But if you haven't achieved, there's something not right. You understand what I'm saying? So I need him to know that I'm there. If you want to do something, phone me and say, what do you think of this? I'll say, okay, that's fine, but just change that or change that. Then the whole thing is fine. Like I told him earlier on, if you want to go for fencing, and spend another, it's fine. But my interest in you is to show you at the end of the day, you can say, hey, Kes, shukran and alhamdulillah, we've made X. Yeah, you know what? I've learned from a very dear friend of mine, family friend of mine. He was actually the man that bought that building for me. You know what? He came here one day. This is why I always say God was always good for me. He came here to South Africa one day. He's from Israel. He said, Qasim, did you buy the building already? I said, the building? I said, no. He says, tomorrow, you fetch me 11 o'clock. You're buying the building tomorrow. I said, huh? He says, no more talking. Just fetch me 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I fetched him 11 o'clock the next morning. And he says, now, I want you to take me to an attorney. So I'm thinking, now, where the heck do I get an attorney from now? And then I remember next to Balmoral there, yes. Upstairs there, I saw attorneys written on the window. So I took him there. He says, now come with me. And we walked up the steps and we walked into the reception and he says, I just want 1 minute of your time, please. He says, how do I bring money into your country? And he said, well, sir, you have to go to a reserve bank and da. He says, thank you very much. And we left. And he says, now, you see, now I know how to bring money into your country. And now I have a friend, Harvey Nota, and he has a Swiss bank account, and I have a Swiss bank account. I will put the money into his Swiss bank account, and he will put it into FNB in Johannesburg. Done. 5 minutes, done. No reserve banks, no nothing. And the building was bought. So you see, that's why I say God has always been good to me. I had 3 episodes like that in my life. The heart of a man is a secret. There's a song that I do, it's called The Heart of a Man is a Secret. Now, if the heart is right, Qasim, everything goes right. But I sometimes think, you know, it's like me, a lot of people don't like me. But it's because they don't know me. You understand what I'm saying? They've never spent time with me. That gentleman sitting there is now so surprised, is this the case? Because this is the first time I can sense him. This is the first time I'm sitting in this man's company. The first time I'm sitting in this man's company. But like I say, I can sense him. So, is this the man? I'm not an important man. I'm nobody. I'm just here. You know? But you need to spend time with people. the important thing is don't be hazard on people. Because Allah has given each and everybody their share, their fair share. If this is going to be his, it's going to be his. If I can help him, I'm going to help him because I was helped before. You understand what I'm saying? I was helped before. If you have the vuma and you have the gedachte, put it on the table for me. I don't need money from you. I can help you. You understand what I'm saying? I can help you. And like I told you this story about my friend now, he will tell that story about me to other people. He would say, you know what? I met this guy, Kes. Do you know him? And it's because of him that I am where I am today. It's because of that man that I could send my mother for Hajj. It's because of that man that I'm living here where I'm living today. Do you understand what I'm saying? It all came from that seed that he planted. He planted the seed. I live from the fruit. I live from the fruit.